Want to know the other thing I tried out of sheer desperation? This is embarrassing. Today's video is one I hope you never need to reference because either you're dealing with a damaged skin barrier or you have in the past. In either case, I feel sympathy for you. This is what overexfoliation and having no clue the power of skincare products and what they can actually do to your skin looks like. I'm going to talk about my experience with the damaged skin barrier and how it took me months to get my skin back into health. I want to talk about the products that worked for me, how I actually did overcome it, and some of the things that actually didn't work for me at all. A damaged skin barrier is literally one of the hardest things to overcome because there is no quick fix, at least in my experience. If you found a quick fix, comment below because you should be making millions of dollars. If this has ever happened to you before, I'd love to know how and why it happened. For me, the experience was a direct result of using skincare products with high percentage active ingredients and not realizing the impact they could have with everyday use on my skin. For reference, I have combination skin that's very sensitive prone and rosacea prone, so I do have to be very careful what I'm applying to my skin. And I think when I was early on in my skincare journey, I did not understand that concept of balance. And in this case, what happened to me, I overdid it and then paid the price. I'm going to walk you through what I did to bring my skin back into health, but you really should be in consultation with a medical professional because it's impossible to diagnose what's actually wrong with your skin over the internet, and I'm certainly not qualified to do so. I'm just hoping that illustrating what I dealt with a damaged skin barrier, how I sought help, and what worked for me may help put you on the path to less frustration than I experienced. Very first thing I did, well, other than wishing I could go back in time, was to stop everything that I was doing in my skincare routine. So I stopped using vitamin C, retinoids, acid exfoliations, everything, and scaled my routine back to the very minimal basics, and that is cleansing and moisturizing and sunscreen in the morning. My sole purpose in my skincare routines at the time, morning and evening, was just getting my skin back to health. The very first thing I did was try to find a cleanser that wouldn't burn my skin. Literally everything that I was putting on my skin at that time was burning and causing more inflammation. So it was really difficult to know what to do and what I should be applying to my skin. After a lot of trial and error with a number of cleansers, even if they said they were hydrating and very appropriate for sensitive skin, nothing seemed to work except this one. Cetaphil's Gentle Skin Cleanser was the only one that I could apply to my skin and not feel an instant burn. So I used this as the cleanser in my skincare routine for months. Yes, you heard me. It took months to overcome this issue. Well, I wasn't as skincare savvy as I am now back then, and I had heard that using aloe on a damaged skin barrier was a good idea. So I, of course, thought, well, I have an aloe plant. Let's rip it open and throw it on my face. Not a good idea. It also really burned my skin and I think actually set me back a little bit, even though I was starting to make some gains with my gentle basic skincare routine. Now, aloe is a vitamin-rich plant that has very soothing and anti-inflammatory properties, but applying it directly to my skin in that state was a big no-no for me. Want to know the other thing I tried out of desperation? This is embarrassing. Diaper cream. Yes, diaper cream. You heard me correctly. On my face. Well, zinc is also anti-inflammatory and does have wound healing properties. This was not the answer for my skin either. Although I have to say, it did help to reduce some of the redness in my skin. So I definitely saw some benefits of using zinc in my skincare routine. Part of the problem is I was in a knee-jerk reaction mode. So I was so desperately trying to fix it. I would try something. If it didn't work, kind of immediately, I would ditch it, try something else, then ditch it. So there were actually many weeks of wasted time trying new things, attempting new products in the hopes that it was going to give me a fix. None of them ever did. If I had spent more time just focusing on the basics of a basic skincare routine and letting my skin heal during that process, I would have been way further ahead. My skin needed consistency, calming, soothing, and hydrating ingredients. Once I settled on my cleanser, I actually started using it only in my evening skincare routine, and in the morning used a water-only cleanse. And I continue to do this to this day because I do find that cleansing with a cleanser in the morning isn't necessary on my very sensitive and rosacea-prone skin. My skin can be easily sensitized by the cleansing process, so using a gentle hydrating cleanser in the evening, water only in the morning, is what really works for me. I also needed a very good moisturizer, and of course I shopped around for all different kinds of moisturizers trying to find the right one. But in the end, a very basic moisturizer with ceramides was exactly what my skin needed. I ended up settling on this one. This is Cerave's baby formulation. I know what you're thinking. Is this just an extension of the diaper cream you put on your face? No, this one was different and actually really effective. The difference between the baby formulation and Cerave's moisturizing lotion is that this one contains vitamin E and niacinamide in it, which both really helped my skin to recover from the damage that I had done. Of course, like all Cerave products, this one also contains ceramides in it, which leveraging the power of ceramides in my moisturizer at that point in time was so crucial, I think, to my skin health. These two in combination for me turned out to be the exact basic skincare that I needed. After several weeks of wasted time and wasted products, and then several weeks of just simply cleansing and moisturizing my skin with these two basic products, I came to the realization that I needed more help than what me and Google were providing for my skin barrier. So I did have to see a medical professional. And I know not everyone watching has access to a medical professional, but in my case, this is what I needed for my skin. They ended up prescribing me this, which is Metrogel 1%. This is a common topical anti-rosacea cream that is antibiotic and anti-inflammatory by nature. I was told to use it once a day on clean, dry skin, a very thin layer on the affected area, and I did that for several weeks before I was able to wean it out of my routine because I was really starting to finally see good results with my skin. When I shifted this product out, the product I substituted in to really continue on the path of healing, soothing, and calming my skin was a product that to this day I use anytime I have a rosacea flare-up. This is Posay's Cicaplast Baume B5. I love, love, love this product. An absolute must-have for those days where you have an inflammatory breakout. I use this on my children's eczema. They're also prone to getting red spots right around their mouth. I use it on that and it'll clear it up in a day. It is truly magical. Back then when I was dealing with this issue, I would use it twice daily after cleansing and before moisturizer. But now, like I said, it's more like a spot treatment for when I have a flare-up. This product contains glycerin, shea butter, provitamin B5, and all of those are really moisturizing in their application on the skin. There's also zinc in this, not quite the same as the diaper cream, but hey, I was on the right track, okay? And madagasicide, which is derived from Centella asiatica, which is one of my favorite skin soothing ingredients for my rosacea prone skin. After my skin barrier was intact, I was able to reintroduce my active ingredients back into my skincare routine, but I did so very slowly. So I started adding in my vitamin C once every few days. Same with my retinoids, same with my acid exfoliations. Everything that I had been using in my skincare routine, I brought back slowly to be sure that I prioritized my skin barrier above all else. Please share your skincare barrier experiences below for others to hear, and also what worked for you or perhaps what didn't work for you. I think our community will really value that kind of input. Take care, and I hope you have a fabulous day.